Think about it for a second. In professional boxing, you've got strict rules, padded gloves, and a referee standing right there to ensure a fair sport. The whole setup is literally designed to protect the fighters. But a street fight? Man, there's no rounds, definitely no gloves, and absolutely no referees. It's completely chaotic and unpredictable. So what gets you instantly disqualified in a sanctioned sport might actually be the exact move that saves your skin in reality.
So let's talk about bridging that gap between the ring and the street with dirty boxing.
You see, dirty boxing exists precisely to close that gap between sport and survival. It takes the proven, reliable mechanics of sport boxing and adapts them for real-world self-defense. It relies on tactics tailored for a scenario with absolutely zero rules. And the key mindset shift here is this. Dirty boxing isn't cheating. It's what happens when boxing meets reality. You're not trying to score points on some judge's scorecard here. You're just trying to neutralize a sudden dangerous threat.
All right, moving into phase 1 of this escalation, initiating with the shoulder bump.
We're gonna break this down into a sequential escalation of a fight. Picture this, an attacker is approaching aggressively. Well, before a single punch is even thrown, you step in and forcefully drive your shoulders straight into their chest. So the crucial point is why this move works so well. The shoulder bump does 3 absolutely critical things all at once. It abruptly breaks their balance, it resets the distance entirely on your terms, and it establishes instant psychological dominance. It literally tells your nervous system, hey, I'm initiating this, I'm not just reacting in a panic. Most street fights are actually won psychologically before the first punch ever lands. And hey, when you're running your solo shadowboxing drills, really practice that hard, sudden step in with the shoulder lead. You want to burn this proactive motion right into your muscle memory.
That takes us right to phase 2, managing space with the forearm frame.
Okay, but what happens if they don't back down? What if they step dangerously within arm's reach? Human instinct screams at us to either push them away or throw a wild punch. Actually, scratch that. Doing either of those instinctual reactions is a huge mistake. Pushing is legally considered assault in most jurisdictions, and punching? Well, that just escalates the violence immediately. The forearm frame, which is just placing one forearm across their chest with your elbow bent and your palm open, is entirely different. It safely manages distance without initiating any aggression whatsoever. You can easily practice this defensive framing in front of a mirror during your solo drills, just to make sure your posture is solid and non-threatening.
And this brilliantly illustrates the legal reality of self-defense. It's literally the move lawyers love. Why? Because if you use a forearm frame, any bystanders or witnesses watching will clearly see you holding a non-threatening defensive posture. You are simply managing space, not attacking. It proves you are actively trying to keep your distance, while still giving you a clear, unobstructed line to counter if they foolishly decide to move through your frame.
Now let's look at phase 3, escaping the clinch using the clinch exit.
So while you can practice most of these mechanics with solo training drills, escaping the clinch is the one big exception. You really need a partner for this so you can feel the actual weight distribution. This is that terrifying scenario where the opponent actually breaches your space, makes physical contact, and grabs hold of you. When someone grabs you, almost everyone panics and immediately tries to yank themselves away. But the reality is, you need to step in, not back. I know, it's completely counterintuitive, but pulling away is exactly the wrong response. The absolute second they grab you, you must step in closer to them.
Here's how it works. You step in, wrap one arm over their shoulder, and weave your other arm right under their arm. Then, pull their body flush into yours, chest to chest, keeping your head tight on their shoulder. By getting this close, you completely neutralize their ability to punch because, well, their arms have absolutely zero extension. From there, you just tilt your weight to one side, use your hip to break their balance, and gracefully step out to safely create some distance.
Which brings us to the final escalation, phase 4, striking and the palm strike setup.
If the opponent lunges at you or moves aggressively right through your forearm frame, you need to end the threat. And you do that using the exact same mechanics as a traditional boxing cross. We're talking the same intense hip rotation and the same powerful shoulder drive. But here's the catch. In a street fight, striking with a closed fist is a fantastic way to shatter your own hand on someone's skull. Plus, a closed fist is easily classified as assault by law enforcement. The open palm strike, on the other hand, is vastly superior for real-world defense. You keep your hand open with the fingers pulled back. This protects your hand from breaking, it's legally much safer to defend in court as a panic reaction, and honestly, the follow-through of an open palm naturally transitions right into a grab or a control position if you end up needing it.
The technique itself is super straightforward. You strike forcefully with the dense, bony heel of your open palm, aiming directly for their chin. You use that full hip rotation for maximum power, and once you make contact, you step back and immediately reassess the situation. This is absolutely a perfect technique to heavily emphasize during your solo, heavy bag, or shadowboxing routines. You want to make sure you're generating maximum torque without risking any damage to your knuckles.
All right, let's move to and see how this builds with the complete flow sequence.
Because look, these 4 moves are not just a random collection of cool tricks. When you train these, they are designed to combine into one continuous, highly fluid system based entirely on what the attacker dictates. Step 1. They approach aggressively, so you use the shoulder bump to break their balance and reset the distance. Step 2. They ignore the warning and stay uncomfortably close, so you raise the forearm frame to manage the space legally and safely. Step 3. They escalate and grab you, so you immediately hit the clinch exit to get chest to chest and neutralize their arms. And finally, Step 4. They break away and lunge at you, so you counter with a devastating palm strike to the chin. This flow dictates exactly how to handle a street fight as it escalates in real time, giving you a complete tactical and legal advantage at every single step.
We've covered a ton of ground today, bridging the gap between sport boxing and real-world survival. So I want to leave you with this provocative question. Which of these 4 dirty boxing moves had you never seen before? Really think about how these simple shifts in technique totally alter the physical and legal momentum of a fight. Mastering this sequence could literally make all the difference in a chaotic situation.